on the entire economy, not only on the economy, but also on the entire human survival. For the sustainable development, this has become an hindrance. But how to overcome from this pandemic has become a challenge to the entire world, not to the India, not to the Karnataka or Andhra. It has become a challenge to the entire world. At this juncture, in order to stimulate from the field of economy, in the field of economy, the central government as well as various state governments have taken various measures to provide some socio-economic stimulus to the general public. At this juncture, as we know that central government under the banners of 5 different pillars, it provided some financial assistance to all group of people. It has touched almost all the groups of people. Take for example, it has touched the agricultural sector. First day in the stimulus package, they focused on MSME. Why MSME? India, not only under COVID-19, before the hindrance of COVID-19, India suffered heavily, mainly by lack of demand. As we, students of economics, we should know the concept of effective demand. As we know, the father of modern economics, J.M. Keynes, who focused on effective demand. There was no effective demand at all, not only in India, in the entire world. This was one of the causes for the economic slowdown. When the economy was suffering from the economic slowdown, when we look the data of 2018 February, when we take the data of GDP, we come to know how it has reduced the GDP from 7% to the level of 4%, mainly because of lack of demand. Now, when we look into the economic package, stimulus packages provided to different arenas of the economy, they are mainly focused on supply side. Stimulus has to be made on the demand side, because the demand has to be generated among the general public, among the masses of the rural area. Only then such effective demand can encourage the employment opportunity, can stimulate the rural employment generating sector, the MSME sector, or the small industries. That's what in the next slide I'm going to explain about how they have increased the investmental pattern of the MSME. The definition of MSME remains the same, but the investment pattern have changed. That will be discussed in the future slides. As we know that Finance Minister had laid out the measures that the central will have to take in order to maintain economic impact. As we know that economic impact, it has led to the negative economic impact. Take for example, the people have migrated from the other area to rural area. That is what the reverse migration has taken place. What is reverse migration? They have gone to their own places. They have gone to their own rural areas. What will happen to their employment that's there? They have lost their jobs. What happens to roadside vendors? What happened? Every day there was lockdown, and in the unlock first season, they said that the shops can be opened between 10 to evening 6 o'clock. But roadside vendors, especially fast food people, they open their shop, or they open their canteen, they open their office only after 6 o'clock. What has happened to their economic creation? What has happened to their everyday life activity? What has happened to the small roadside vendors? This is the entire impact of Corona on the overall economy. Thereafter, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's address, Madam Nirmala Sitharaman said that government will going to spend rupees 20 lakh crores in order to tackle the impact of coronavirus on the economy. And the government has focused on land, labor, liquidity, and loss. As we know that land and labor are the two factors of production, liquidity of cash, as well as to maintain the ethics, legal issues, that is the loss. And in the press conference also, the finance minister focused on providing relief to, what relief to in the sense? They focused on first important sector, one is the agriculture, second one is the agriculture allied activity. What are the agriculture allied activity? They have touched the sectors of fisheries, coal industry, they have liberalized the coal block, they have touched the area of civil aviation, which is considered as one of the important sector where majority of the people lost their jobs. Not only in India, entire world, it has created unemployment in the civil aviation, where it has brought some liberalization aspect in our country. And at the same time, online classes, the education department, they have brought some changes. And at the same time, MSME, they have focused on the first day of the economic stimulus package, they focused on MSME. Why MSME? Because the employment generating hub is the MSME. Medium, small, micro enterprises. From the grassroots level of the rural areas to the creamy layer of the urban area, we come across MSME because these are the main employment generating sector in our economy. And the non-banking financial companies, non-banking financial intermediaries, power distribution companies, and the real estate sector. As we know that people who are in unorganized sector, take for example, unorganized is the construction laborers. What has happened to their livelihood? What has happened to their everyday economy? It has come down rapidly. So measures have been undertaken in order to provide at least the basic minimum necessities to the people who are considered as the backbone of our economy, the agriculturists, farmers under Prime Minister Kisan Samman Yojana. They are providing 6,000 rupees of amount to the account of each and every micro farmers or the marginal farmers. So under this juncture, just a small comparative study has been made. Stimulus plan has been made to provide some relief to the people of our country. First one is the fiscal packages. Take for example, when we make comparison of the Japan has announced a stimulus package which is more than 21% of its GDP. Take India, 20 lakh crores of economic package was provided to India, to the mass of India. That means 20% of our GDP has been spent on this package in our country. And Japan has spent 21% of GDP. And United States to the tune of 13%, Australia and Germany to the extent of 10.8 and 10.7% respectively. Indian government announced plan to 10% of the GDP. So there are various measures. Government across the world, they paid cash to the workers because the workers, especially unorganized sector, are temporary workers who lost their jobs. They were not getting any salary. In order to earn their bread, in order to earn their livelihood, the cash, the liquid amount was required. So the government, not only in India, across the world, they have provided the liquid amount of cash in hand to the public. Canada is already providing that for 4 months, that is since April I'm talking about, who have lost their jobs and who are sick and who stay at home and work from home, they have provided. Similarly, Hong Kong is providing the cash handout in their own currency of Hong Kong currency for each permanent resident aged of around 18. So in India, take for example, the poor received modest benefit. What are the modest benefits? As I was listening to the lecture and the talks of earlier resource person, Professor Suresh Lal sir, as well as Prasad Rao sir, they also focused on the economic package provided to unorganized laborers, provided to women under Janadhan account. Rupees 500 are providing to women of Janadhan account, and 1,000 rupees for senior citizens and also the widow as well as the disabled. Under PM Kisan payments, as I told, 6,000 rupees in 3 installment, that is 2,000 rupees in an installment, is provided by to 3 installments of around 6,000 rupees to the account of every farmers are provided. And rupees 1,000 crores from the money donated to PM CARES Fund will be used to take care of migrant laborers. Because, as I said, migrant laborers now it has become as reverse migrants. Most probably they might have engaged in Manarega. I myself with my research scholar was doing a survey. In that, as we discussed, most of the reverse migrant laborers, they are engaged into MNRG now. That we should make some deep study to which job they have entered, and regarding their savings, whether they reversed from urban area to rural area with some savings, or what about their income level. We have to look into the other economic future impacts. And the main agenda of the existing government is to create Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is self-reliant Bharat, to make India more self-sufficient, to increase the export, to reduce the import, to create employment generation within the economy. And this, under this, in order to achieve Atmanirbhar Bharat, it has provided relief to the real estate sector, which is one of the employment generating and income generating arena. And Finance Minister also announced easing in regulation for those projects that were stalled, and look to infuse liquidity for NBFCs, non-banking financial intermediaries. 100% security has been provided to non-banking financial intermediaries while providing financial assistance to MSME. This was one of the attractive under the first day package. While providing financial assistance to MSMEs, they said that 100% security will be provided on the loans provided by NBFCs to MSME. And Finance Minister announced 30,000 crores of rupees to buy investment grade debt of NBFCs, HFCs, and the MFIs. She also announced a partial credit guarantee program worth rupees 45,000. And the definition of, as I said, definition of MSME is being expanded allow for higher investment. As we know that micro, small, medium entrepreneurs, the definition remains the same, but their level of investment, the investmental limits, and the introduction of turnover-based criteria, it has changed. In a bid to fulfill the aim of government to attain self-reliant or Atmanirbhar Bharat, global tenders will not only be allowed for government procurement up to rupees 200 crores. So this slide shows that the investment in plants or the machineries or the equipments, they have made the classification. See, earlier, the micro industries, the industries were called as micro when their investment was less than 25 lakhs. If they were called as small entrepreneurs, if their investment is less than 5 crores. The industries were called as medium industries if their investment was less than 10 crores. But now the definition, the production criteria, the production amount, everything remains the same. The definition of MSME remains the same, but the investmental pattern has increased or it has changed. Take for example, in this package, they have revised the level of investment, that is micro industry can make their investment more than up to rupees 1 crore. Small industries less than 10 crores, which was less than 5 crores earlier. Medium industries now it is less than 20 crores earlier, which was less than 10 crores. Why it is so? Because these are the employment creating hub. In order to stimulate the production in the sector, in order to encourage these sectors or entrepreneurs to provide more and more employment opportunity, as Professor and Prasanna said, they have to focus more on MSMEs in order to increase the employment opportunity. This is one of the criteria that they have increased the investment pattern in order to provide more and more job opportunities. And at the same time, Dr. Srinivas, who is also a member of Advisory Council to the 15th Finance Commission, has said that a clear feature of announcement of that most of these are basically supply side measures aimed at activating business in MSME, real estate, and BFCs. Of course, this is what the other rest of the resource person also said. They are focusing more on more supply side measures. But what is really required? The demand side has to be encouraged. That has to be stimulated. That is what, if the demand increases, only then the demand for the products increases, the production also takes care. Supply creates its own demand. We have to look into the classical economics also. JB said that's what he said. Supply creates its own demand. Similarly here, not only focusing on supply side, at the same time, a big push is required to increase the demand pattern in the economy. And similarly, generally, the government are aimed at boosting demand either by government spending on its own account or increasing disposable incomes of household through cash transfers or the tax concession. However, Srivastava sir said not only that, both the demand and supply are in need of reviving the Indian economy. As we know that Kakatiya University Department of Economics has organized a webinar on this particular issue, revival of Indian economy. In order to revive the Indian economy, to attain the sustainable development, to go in a smooth economic functioning, not only the supply side is important, simultaneously demand and supply are important for the revival of the Indian economy. And various packages, as we see in that. Of course, MSME can survive this pandemic situation and can restart business or the production. But still, big push, as I said, big push, still more investment is required for this industry because people, they have migrated from urban area to their native places. That is, the reverse migration has taken place. A big push is required after the removal of lockdown. That is now, at present, the current situation, a big push of investment is required for these MSME. And at the same time, the reverse migration has taken place where MNREGA, that's what the rest of the resource person, Professor Prasad Rao said. He focused on Manrega because Narega is the one, this program where the reverse migrant have gone to their villages and have entered into this, have enrolled into this program, which is providing their everyday bread. And yes, say the government pledged rupees 20 lakh crores, that is 10% of our GDP package to support the economy. Economic stimulus package to deal with the economic fallout of corona or the COVID-19 pandemic. The package would focus on Narega, as I said, the healthcare system, education, business, and controlling of criminalization of the Company Act, ease of doing business, public sector undertakings, and resources related to the state governments. A package would focus on Narega, healthcare, as I discussed earlier, business including MSMEs. As per the data of May 13, 2020, during the coronavirus-induced lockdown, 16,000 crores has been paid. At the same time, 8.19 crores of farmers, 16,000 crores have been paid to 8 crores of farmers under Prime Minister Kisan Yojana, as we discussed in the previous slides, as 2,000 rupees in 3 installments to the tune of 6,000 are credited to the account of farmers to do their everyday activity, a sort of encouraging demand, a sort of providing security to the everyday life. And old age beneficiaries and others have been paid of rupees 1,405 crores. Rupees 10,000 crores have been transferred to 20 crore women under Janadan account. Also, 6 free LPG cylinders have been provided to the people who come under BPL. Poor, including migrants. As I was discussing about the migrants, their economic condition is a pathetic situation now. See, rupees 1.7 lakh crores of package of free fruit, food grains and cash to the poor for 3 months, and the Reserve Bank of India's rupee 5.6 lakh crores worth of liquidity measures since March have been provided to the migrants, poor, and the farmers. The government announced a cumulative package of rupees 10.73 lakh crores. This is what on one side they have provided encouragement and with the aim of creating supply side, in order to boost the supply side economy. But on the rest of the side, that is, in order to create the demand for the people, they have provided financial assistance to the migrant workers, farmers who are considered as the backbone of our economy. They have provided package to the roadside vendors, and at the same time, the people who are in unorganized laborers, that is in the construction or the real estate workers. And this is on the other side, they have encouraged the supply demand side. Measures have included a variety of steps have been undertaken by both state as well as central government for small business, street vendors, farmers, and poor migrants. That is, this particular slide, shows that liquidity in the center, and the rest of the people who depend on this liquidity have been circled. That is the farmers, street vendors, poor migrants, small business. Liquidity is the cash in hand. That is, people to get cash in hand in order to do that livelihood, to spend on the everyday bread, they require some cash. How they are getting the liquid cash? That is the package, economic stimulus package. So here, let me talk to you about the private sector, that is agriculture. Rupees 18,500 crores on free food grain and affordable housing to migrant workers, some amount of tax relief to some companies to benefit the employee. The government announced a hike in foreign investment limit in defense manufacturing and opened up a space facility while giving a new reform of commercial coal mining. And mining some of the mining blocks were also auctioned, and privatization of power distribution, which would in turn contribute to increase investment and may help to boost up the economy at this juncture of coronavirus pandemic. And new horizons of growth. The lockdown, which brought most of the economic activity to a dull mood as factories and business were locked down, According to estimates, the lockdown may have led to rupees 12 people losing jobs since April and great decline in effective demand. And that is what effective demand is required, as I discussed earlier. Effective demand is required. But now, before Corona, there was a great point in demand which has led to the economic stuff. Now, this effective demand has taken its zero level because only people used to go purchase the basic necessities. They are postponing the luxury and commodity comfort. In order to stimulate, in order to encourage this effective demand, which is one of the factors that is contributing to the development or growth of any economy, the effective demand has been boosted up. So, stimulus package includes Rupee 8 lakhs through liquidity measures like Rupee 20 lakh crores economic stimulus big package to deal with the fallout of COVID-19, including Rupees 8 lakh crores of liquidity measures announced by Reserve Bank since March. The stimulus total of Rupees 20 lakh crores, adding this also comprises Rupees 1.92 lakh crores package of free food grain and cooking gas for the poor and cash to some sections since March. See, this package has focused mainly on agriculture allied activity. Agriculture allied activity in the sense they have given, they are focused on irrigation facility, focused on fisheries, fishermen, fishing conditions, and at the same time, it also announced providing the free loans, providing loans without any interest for the milkmaid, because as per the study, that there was decline of around 25% to the milk, especially during the beginning of April and the end of May and beginning of June. There was decline to the demand of milk by 25%. In order to stimulate, to encourage, to stabilize the living condition of the milkmaid people, the people who sell milk, the government has also launched a program to provide interest-free loans, and at the same time to purchase the boats, ship, and all this for the fishermen. They have also given some encouragement under this package. And agriculture allied industries have also received huge encouragement. At the same time, along with MSME, they have also given focused on NBFCs to stabilize. Some of the coal blocks were liberalized and commercialized. That comes under the service sector. Almost all the sectors have given some packages, stimulus packages. This is what the 20 lakh crores have been distributed under different stages to different arenas of the economy. And if I stimulus package announcement comprises of rupees 5.94 lakh crores, which provide credit line to small business and the bank also. See, your free food grains and free gas, that is LPG gas, has been provided to the poor people. That is the food grains. Providing food grains is the basic minimum to the people. That is one of the important criteria that all the welfare government, because we say that police state and the welfare state. Earlier in the classical economists, we used to say it is the police state, but now we focus on the welfare state because it is the responsibility of every government to increase, to provide the welfare of the people. So they have provided food grains to the migrant worker for 2 months and credit to the farmers totaling to the rupee of 3.10 lakh crores, spending on agri infrastructure. And at the same time, regarding agriculture, now they have reduced all the barriers. Earlier, the middleman used to play a dominant role. The farmers used to sell for the middleman, he used to go sell his products. But now they have liberalized. The farmer himself can go to APMC, can store his product, and he himself can sell his products without any barriers. And there is also no barriers of the transportation also. They can sell in any of the APMCs, the agricultural products. Spending on agri infrastructure and other measures for agriculture and allied activity has totaled to rupees 1.5 lakh crores. These are the structural reforms total to the tune of 48,000 crores of rupees. These stimulus packages, on one side, have increased the production, which is the supply side. On the other side, they have focused on the MNREGA, they have focused on the laborers in unorganized sector, focused on the disabled, challenged people, women under Jangan account, and farmers. They have provided packages with the aim of increasing demand on this, on the other hand. So this is how they have tried to balance between demand as well as supply side. And rupees 40,000 crores allocation for rural employment guarantee scheme. This is one of the important aspects that we have to look into. The mandates, every mandate, they used to get 130 rupees, and now it has increased to 182 rupees. So this is one of the important aspects that we have to look into, where they have concentrated on rural employment guarantee scheme of around 40,000 crores have been allotted to migrant workers who have returned home. That is the reverse migrants. The allocation of NREGA is being increased by rupees 40,000 over and above the rupees 61,000 crore budget. So in budget, they have also sanctioned around 61,000 crores. Because of reverse migration, they have increased this budget to NREGA. Public expenditure on health has also been increased. Investment in grassroots health institutions have also been increased. A program for multi-mode access to digital or online education to be launched immediately. This is what that comes under the service sector. The education, as we are all discussing in the multi-mode access, that is the digital online webinar we all are coming across, this is being focused in future days. Top 100 university will be permitted to automatically start online classes by May 30th, which has already been started by almost all the universities. That is top 100 universities. I have also concentrated on public sector undertaking, but due to lack of time, I have focused only on MSMEs, agriculture, and the migrant workers. And EPF also I have covered into. This is, the rupees 12 lakh crores have been given under EPFO members for their retirement savings during lockdown. The government on, like people, EPFO, that is Employment Provident Fund, the members, if they withdraw retirement savings during lockdown, they have by March 25th imposed a nationwide lockdown to fight the coronavirus pandemic. Under this juncture, unveiling the fifth and final tranche of the rupee 20 lakh crores economic package, Finance Minister said that rupee 12 lakh members said that 12 lakh members of the EPFO has withdrawn as non-refundable advance of rupees 3,000 crores during the past 2 months. Under the Union Labour and Employment Ministry had settled a total of rupees 12 lakhs claims under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana package. The provision for a special withdrawal from the EPF scheme to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, part of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana scheme, announced by the government, and an urgent notification on the matter, which was made, introduced a para everything on March 28th. Under this provision, non-refundable withdrawal to the extent of basic wages and dearness allowance for 3 months or up to 75% of the amount outstanding to member credit in EPFO account, whichever is less, is provided. And at the same time, for construction workers, they come under the unorganized laborers. These construction workers, because I have taken just a para, because these workers have also most of the construction workers, they have migrated to their native place now. This has also resulted in reverse migration, and almost 60 to 50 to 60% of the construction workers who have migrated to their native places have entered into NREGA scheme. As per one of the survey of our own districts tells us, rupee 2.2 crore building and construction workers got rupee 3,000 crores under Prime Minister Garib Kalyan Yojana to sustain during this lockdown period. And at this juncture, due to lack of time, the organizers have given me a time of around 20 minutes. I would like to conclude by saying that government imposed a nationwide lockdown to fight coronavirus pandemic. In due course, to boost the psychology of the people, to make them more economically strong, government have announced the 5 tranche of economic package worth rupees 20 lakh crores by stressing on 5 pillars of the economy to create Atmanirbhar Bharat or self-reliant India. The 5 pillars, as we know that, one is the economy, economic structure, infrastructure, demography, and the effective demand. In order to achieve the aim, in order to achieve the self-reliant Atmanirbhar Bharat by attaining development in all the sectors of the economy. All the sectors, we have 3 important sectors. One is the primary, secondary, and the tertiary sector. All these 3 sectors have to develop, and at the same time, focus has to be, almost the focus have been given to increase the production sector. That might be MSME, non-banking financial intermediaries, civil aviation department, and the coal blocks have been commercialized, encouraging the trading activity within and within the country as well as abroad. And at the same time, the agriculture focus has been more made on agriculture, agro-based, agro-processed industries, agricultural sector, agricultural-based or allied activity. On the other hand, what is required? Now, a big push is required to provide employment opportunities where MSMEs are the hub of employment aspects, and the rural areas, people who have migrated from the urban area, the rural area should become more sustained, should become more employment generating hub. In this way, the government has to focus on rural area and to create employment opportunities more in rural area to make India more sustained and to achieve the self-reliant Indian economy. And this is what required for the revival of Indian economy, which the India has suffered and suffering during this pandemic. And at this, by saying this, I would like to conclude my talk. And I take an opportunity once again to thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Kakatiya University, and the Registrar, and the Special Officer, and the Department of Economics, organizing team of this webinar, and the resource person, Suresh Lal sir, Prasad Rao sir, and at the same time, special thanks to my brother, Dr. T.V. Ramana sir, for providing me this opportunity and for sharing this academic platform. Namaste. I wish you all safe time.
Thank you very much, madam. We expected such type of the flow about your speech, especially the stimulus packages, which is very essential now to push, big push the economy with a big level of investment. It is very important aspect, madam. So almost all the concepts by the 3 our distinguished personalities are covered. This is very, I think it is very useful to the audience as well as the paper writers. In fact, we are really worried about the internet, madam. So breaks, the voice break, Sometimes the relay break. Our team, our webmasters, Srinivas sir, Raghava sir they are worried also. They are working days together, but some breaks because of long distance.